Tony Messenger, author, Metro columnist, and Pulitzer Prize winner, visited MHS for a book talk. In this section, Messenger discusses how to avoid writer's block and how to get creative ideas.
The first thing I normally do if I'm sitting there and staring at the blank page for a period of time is I just get up and walk away. Sometimes you just have to, okay, I'm tired of sitting here and the dog's barking at me, and I'm just going to go outside. I'm going to take a walk. I'm going to get outside. Sometimes I'll take my laptop to a different part of the house and just change my atmosphere. I'm somebody who where I am matters when I'm writing. I could not sit here and write. I might be able to sit back there and write, and so I move around. Sometimes I'll go to the coffee shop. Sometimes I'll just, take a break, start a different column, move around a little bit. But, one of the things that columns in particular for me are about moments. And so I usually know when I've come across a moment when that's going to be a column. I'm going to write about that. That's the perspective I care about. That moment grabbed my attention. That's what's going to be the beginning of the column. And I'll start it, and I'll start moving to where I think I want to go, and then I get in that moment and I'm stuck. Well, sometimes I just decide I had the wrong moment, or that moment's the ending, not the beginning. And so I always feel weird when I do this, but sometimes I take the beginning of my column and I'll copy it, I'll move it, hit return a bunch of times, move it to the end of the page, and then try to come up with a different beginning and see if I can't find a way to get back to where I was and just sort of reverse engineer the thing. That's one of the things that I've done a variety of different times, because normally if I recognize a moment, there's a reason why I do that. There's a reason why that was the moment that I picked, and I knew it to be significant. And but if I get stuck and I can't build off of it, then I just try to move it out of the way and find a different way to get to it. I mean, that's what happened with my book. I had a full manuscript done. And I had things in the wrong place. And I literally had to take chapters apart and add this part to that part and this part to that part and change the way I told the narrative so that it worked better for readers. And that's kind of what I have to do sometimes with an individual column when I'm stuck, is move things around and see if it opens my mind up in a different way. One of the things that I think about now, because I'm closer to the end of my career than the beginning, is what is the value that I provide the Post-Dispatch and readers in St. Louis that they aren't getting elsewhere. So one of the things I try to do in my column is write about things that nobody else is writing about. And sometimes that's hard for me, because what I used to do a little bit more of is write off of the news. So like there was a big trial in St. Louis this week about the young woman from Tennessee who had been here on a volleyball tournament and had the car accident, and then there was a trial about the gentleman who was the driver got convicted. That's the kind of thing that frequently I would have covered as a columnist and tried to find a unique take on it. I didn't cover that this week, in part because it's like every TV station's covering it. We're having it on the front page every day. Is that the best use of my time, or are there things I can work on that nobody else is reading on, so that there's some value to the readers that they don't get elsewhere? So, I'm a competitive guy. I'm the son of a coach. I want to win another Pulitzer. But that's not how you go about doing journalism. You have to do the journalism, and the award stuff happens when the award stuff happens.